anywhere like close to the beach. Hey, Sweetie. I know
This one. She knows where she's going to.
Yeah.
Oh, the garden's looking nice.
What?
Garden's looking nice.
Yes, there's a lovely bench there and everything. Yeah.
Oh, it's a nice little sun trap.
Yeah. I'll sit up there. Using chairs onto or something.
The bell doesn't work.
Oh, hello, Mum.
Hello, Dick.
Hi, Anne.
COVID and all that shit. Okay.
Hello.
Come in, haven't seen you for ages.
I know, very well. How are you?
Oh, all right. It's just the bell doesn't work. The storm it's down.
Okay.
Huh?
How did you know we were here?
I stood up to make a cup of tea. Hello. I stood up to make a cup of tea.
Right.
And thought you'd come in along that bit there.
Right.
And
Look well, Mum. Colour suits you. They're nice.
I got
Yes, nice jumper, isn't it? Yeah, here's some stuff for you. It's a bit heavy.
Did I tell you I got robbed in the co-op?
Yes, you did. Yes, I heard. Yes, I heard about that.
What about this one? Does she want a drink?
She needs a drink and she needs some food. Here's some baths and some chocolates. So I'm going to put them back in here. And some bread and some other little fancy.
I got robbed because I was looking for my chocolate.
That's right. Yes, yes. I remember you saying.
Here, Mrs. You want something?
Right.
Come here, I'll get you some. What can I use?
Incredibly beautiful.
Are you doing hugs now?
No.
Lion.
That's a shame.
They follow the
I promised, me and my friend Rose promised ourselves that we would have lunch together, be ladies at lunch once a week. But she couldn't come. She didn't, last week she couldn't have it. She came, but she didn't do anything because she'd just been to the dentist and she was frozen. So this week she phoned me up and said her daughter's got temporary teacher's post. She said everybody's away. And she said she can't come this week because she's got COVID. She's looking for something.
No, she's not. She's trying to pick up your sofa.
Fine.
She does this in my car.
She does it on my bed. She does it.
She needs the other things. These might go best in there, mightn't they?
Do you need any help getting things done?
friend of mine.
I refuse.
I know. You do.
Look after it, see anyone else.
Some food. And she needs some water.
I bet even Arthur would have been daunted by this garden.
No, Mum gave me this bowl, look.
Oh, wow, that's handy.
Bowl,
Yeah,
yeah.
our own masterpiece.
That's good for her.
Come on, follow me.
Pause.
Her little bowl, I have. Yeah.
How do we make a garden?
At least I've been able to go around and
babies.
learn to
Water.
walk again.
That's wonderful, Sweetie. No, she don't want that.
You and Laura could have a race.
Yes, we will. I think yours is a bit. It wouldn't be fair. Mine's not as good as that.
This is.
You've got a racing one, haven't you?
I've got an excellent one. Well, the young men that pass or that live here or whatever always say, "Wow, that's a good one, isn't it? That's made of so and so and so and so and so and so."
Yeah, I know. It's got like flipping alloy wheels.
Yes, she keeps saying.
And
that.
do your brakes work as well? Yes, they do. Mine's absolutely shit then. It's completely crap.
Yeah, but how much
compared
is
to that.
yours? What was it?
60 quid.
This was 300.
Fuck's sake.
Exactly.
Oh,
300.
right. Okay.
That's why
Puts
it's
a bit of a different spin on it.
She said, well, she said to me at the time, she said, I'm a bit ashamed to say the number because I don't think it's the right. Yeah, what am I going to do? Huh?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey,
I couldn't find a decent sized bag.
That's a decent sized bag.
Well, it is a decent sized bag, but it's inappropriate for the small amount of
Yes.
little dog pellets that are in it.
Oh.
All right, darling. Okay. Little sweetie.
so she can jump.
Oh yes, you can jump right up to my shoulders.
Okay.
She just pulls your clothing. Food time. Food time for sweetie. Food time for you.
I'm hoping that you
Food
can.
time for little kiddo.
I bought a small
Oh, she's hungry, bless her.
packet for Sarah. The baby's just born,
Yes.
but
I remember, so they literally came to show you the baby on the way back from the hospital.
yeah, not the way. Well, it was she'd been out of hospital and gone back in again to get the baby
Uh-huh.
because she's been in and out of hospital the whole bloody 8 months, 9 months.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I can't find, because I'm useless at it, I can't find, I mean, Red videoed the whole thing, right? He videoed the whole thing, so
For the birth?
the birth. So this, instead of people waiting for a little, it was into this world. What the hell have you been doing, you lot? It's great, actually. But I can't find it now. I was going to give you a picture, you know, her screaming and shouting and think, you know.
You're going to show us the birth of your friend's baby, you mean?
I hope so, but I can't.
Yeah.
I'm not very good at finding things. So.
I found an interesting thing on.
Ex-husband's baby.
There's an interesting thing on YouTube. There's this woman out in some, I think it's Costa Rica. She's butt naked, and there's this sort of stream, and she just gave birth to this baby in a stream.
Wow.
It's unbelievable. Yeah.
Well, I did a bit with Janie, you know.
Did a bit of what?
Well, because I had too much water.
Oh, I see.
So I had, you know, too much water. So it's a kind of a germ having too much water. But
You mean when you gave birth to Janie? You mean?
yes, I was like,
Oh, God. I didn't even know that. Smash, you mean?
yes,
That's what happened to me with both of mine.
right, you had too much water.
Yes.
Yeah, she swam out actually.
Yeah.
Swam out.
So
and-
did Holland. Well, he was pulled out with forceps, but I mean...
Well-
so, glass Prosecco, Ma?
Sarah had to, eh?
You like a glass Prosecco, Mother?
No, just ordinary wine.
Ordinary one.
But
Red
you
wine,
can
you
have
mean?
prosecco if you want, you know. But
No, red wine?
well, if you're having it, I was just going to make tea. That's all I was going to have. Yeah.
Right, so you don't want Prosecco or red wine?
Not really.
Okay.
That's, I don't know. Are you going to sit outside in the garden, or are you going to sit in here at the,
We
with the
could
sun
sit-
streaming through the window?
We can sit in the garden.
We can sit in the garden.
Can you sit in the garden?
No.
I had a jacket on out there because I did a bit of work this morning.
Mum, you've got...
For me.
Yeah.
And I said, by this time I've changed all these figures, I could have gone down the shop and got a pint of milk. Finished.
Oh dear. Oh dear, dear, dear.
Well, they don't give allowance for older people, or, you know.
People do seem to be quite intolerant, don't
Oh, God. Unbelievable. Going down, I mean, people that have just moved in upstairs, they've got something in their rinse or bath that means it came out in chalk in the drain.
they? Mm.
So now I've got to clean that out because I clean out the courtyard. And I showed it to them because I know Maya up the top, she's not there anyway, she's in London.
Mm.
And so to me, I didn't have it, mine didn't come out, but theirs came out. But they decided it wasn't their fault, so they went away. Left me to clear it up. They decided it wasn't really anything to do with them. I think it's your fucking bath.
Bloody cheek.
He you know, he doesn't come if it's raining.
Well, I understand that.
Well, exactly. He doesn't want to work in the rain, does he? So he comes when he comes. It's been raining ever since. So, you like the camellias? I think they're wonderful.
They look really nice.
They look really nice, but I don't know about you, but my phone didn't take good photos.
Oh, I'll get a photo of them.
Mister.
You look very well, Anne.
I'm okay, actually. I've had an MOT, which is quite good, isn't it?
You had an MOT? What did they do?
The things they say on casualty and everything, like, we're doing ECGs, ACGs, all those. They did them.
Okay. All right.
And there was nothing wrong with my heart. Usually you're in the middle of having a stroke if you fall over. But there was nothing wrong with my heart, my liver, or my kidneys.
Wow.
So that's an MOT, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, you could go on for another 20 years.
You could do. Not that I could stand it. Mind you, Red did tell me, don't, whatever you do, tell anybody else to get off their bike. Promise me you won't speak to anybody. Everybody that goes by on the pavement, I say, get off your bike. They're not supposed to be on their bike.
Maybe you should carry a small cricket bat or something, just take a little swing at them.
And take a stick.
Just
Yeah,
give-
I'll take a stick. It's the only thing, in case I want to hit anybody. I feel like hitting people.
I mean, surely you can get away with those things at your age, you know.
You think so?
What are they going to do?
Well, in the co-op, they stole from me. Because when I had the main receipt, the long one,
When you say they, who are you talking about?
the woman that was at the counter.
The
Counter's quite a
checkout
big
woman.
thing like that, and you put your basket up and
Oh,
you
yeah.
do it like this, you know,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and you take the stuff home. Except when I got home, half the stuff was missing.
You mean she took your stuff?
She went like that, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
God, that's proper dodgy, isn't it?
It's really dodgy. And when I went back the next day, I didn't have the energy to walk back. So I can see you. When I walked back, she well, wait till you see the dog, and then you'll find out who's here. She would keep the dogs off the garden. There was a cat here the other day too. So I found out what a fall means.
A fall.
A fall.
A fall.
Fall
A fall.
down.
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know, Gavin lost his girlfriend like that, didn't he? Like when footballers fall down on him.
Gavin lost his girlfriend. What do you mean?
She died.
Really? What, recently?
No, this was several
Have you
years
got
ago.
my dog?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, she is.
She's chasing the birds away.
Good.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Gavin's. I don't recall which girlfriend was this.
Crystal was one. He was really fond of her actually, but she was like one of the footballers that had just fallen down on the side. You know,
Yeah.
the footballers, but they generally revive them because they're around.
Yeah.
But she went up and had the fall up in London.
Yeah.
So she was quite a fit person, like footballers are. But there was no one to revive her.
It wasn't Crystal. What was her name?
Yeah,
It wasn't Crystal.
it was the one who's.
Yes, I know exactly who you're talking about. She's got a bench down there. That died, you mean?
Yeah.
Yes. She's got a bench down there.
Yeah.
Along
Has
the.
she?
Yes, she has. Yes. Yes, she's died shockingly young. I mean, definitely a party girl. You know, kind of behaviour we did when we were young.
Oh, she's
But-
quite fit though.
Yes, yeah. Well, as were we, but it's just unlucky.
How old was
sometimes.
she?
32, I think.
Oh, that's young.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
definitely. It's just there was
Well,
no one
James-
there to revive her.
James Le Bon died at 48 of a heart attack.
Did he?
Do you remember? Did you know him?
I didn't know him. No, I didn't know. No.
He was quite, well, he was 6'2", strong guy.
No.
What's she eating?
Come here. I don't know. Sweetie.
It's a bit of cheese, I think.
Did it?
It's cheese I threw over there. For the dog.
She's lactose intolerant, this one.
Well, no. I thought she was eating poo.
No, it's cheese, I think.
Right. I'm just going to get her muzzle because I don't know. See?
Your shoe's different on the other side.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. That's good.
3-tone.
3-tone,
Yeah.
not 2-tone.
Yeah.
Mine are Gavin's old ones.
You see, if it was just yellow and thing, it would be the Ukraine, but we've got red on the other side. Red for Russia. So it's all 3.
Yeah, it could be the end of the world. Might be. Might be, might not. Please put the camera down. I just don't want it. I mean, I can't sit here with the camera.
You're so natural though, Anne.
I don't want to see the camera.
Okay.
It's like when people come in,
Yeah.
youngsters, they just talk on their phones
Yeah.
or something like that.
Yeah.
Red's got a daughter that is constantly naughty, constantly bad.
Yeah. How old is she?
She's first, second year of secondary school.
About 11 or 12.
But she costs them money all the time. Because they fine you now at school.
Really?
250 is the last bill they got.
For her misbehaving?
She
Wow.
just buggers off. I mean, as soon as she came here, you know, she vanished, and I thought, where is she? You know, I can't.
So
take
who
my eyes
is,
off her.
what's her name?
What's her name?
Red, did you say?
Red is the father. No, he's not the father actually.
Oh.
Yes, they do fine you for truancy nowadays. They
They do
parents,
fine
yeah,
you for
yeah,
truancy,
yeah,
250 quid. You
Yeah, yeah.
And they can't afford it. They haven't got the money.
No, I know.
That does seem a bit off.
And if you've got a real, you know,
Naughty girl.
not gonna, what are you supposed to do as parents?
She might be on the spectrum or have some sort of issue going.
Yeah,
Well, she
yeah.
definitely got some
Well,
issues because she's either going to, you know, end up in trouble or.
Well, we used to have that, especially with the traveller girls. Well, travellers generally.
They're like
They
that.
just wouldn't attend.
No, they won't attend. It's no good finding travellers. They just don't know, do they?
But yeah, it is very, very, very difficult.
Yeah. The robbing comes out usually when Jim's been...
Selena?
What?
Was it Selena? What's her name? That's
Whose
terrible.
name?
Gavin's girlfriend that died.
How long ago was it?
A few years now.
5 years,
Okay.
maybe.
I didn't hear about it.
Okay, so my third birthday
Let's
was
just rewind a bit. So, Swass is born. You're 3 years older than Swass. And what happened?
right. As you know, me and Swass have our birthdays next to each
8th and the
other,
9th
and
of
8th
June.
and the 9th of June, and I could explain to you why, which I probably will in a minute, but that's how it is. So I'd had my birthday on the 8th of June, and on the 9th, which nothing much happened because Mother was, Sweetie! So I remember distinctly, visually, your mum was there, and Janet, and various other adults who were supposed to be paying attention to me, because it had been my birthday, and everybody was completely ignoring me. And I can remember the height, the looking at people, the tops of people's thighs, and how tall I was. So I was like, okay, fine. And I think I got an attaché case for my birthday the previous day, or something like that. So I just packed it up along with my money. I can remember doing it because it's virtually my first memory, because it's the first time in my life that everything wasn't focused on me. So I went up to the sweet shop to get some supplies for Olga and Roy, yeah, and they grassed me up. They dobbed me in. Your 3-year-old child here with her little case saying she needs supplies to go off. Yes, that was the first time I left home.
But they were a very useful couple actually, because your father wouldn't pay for anything. He wouldn't pay for anything, right? He gave me 1 egg for breakfast, and they came along and gave me 6 eggs, just to get your strength back up again.
Well, yes, that's the story of that. Do you want to hear why me and Swass have our birthdays so close together?
Yes, please.
We owe that to Catholicism. Do we not, Mark?
Probably.
Yeah. Because
Think about it.
parents got married on the 7th of September 1957. And according to Mother, Dad went all Catholic on their wedding night and said she wasn't to use any contraception. So she didn't.
Called me every whore under the sun. He went on doing that the rest of our life together.
So, although she continued with the contraception the following day, it didn't work because I was already there and was born exactly 9 months and 1 day later on the 8th of June
1 day later.
in 1958. And apparently my dad did the same thing on their 3rd wedding anniversary, went all Catholic on Mum, refused to use contraception. So hence my sister having the day was born the day after me 3 years later, and exactly 9 months after the wedding anniversary, 3rd wedding anniversary. So yes, God, thank you God, thank God for Catholicism. There we are.
So you must have had a lot of shared birthday parties when you were young.
Oh God, it was a nightmare. Absolutely epic nightmare.
Always a nightmare.
Yeah.
Do you think that's what led to your series of addictions and issues?
Addictions? What are you talking about? I'm perfectly fine. I don't have any addictions. Yes, no. Russ would sometimes go into a sulk, and sometimes I would. We sort of shared that until we got to our 18th and 21st. I joined 18th and 21st at the Arosa Rooms, Richmond Ice Rink. At Richmond Ice Rink.
And then it was just the bloody cake that went wrong.
I remember Swass having her own 21st because we all went to the WAG Club, or we went out for a meal. I can't remember where it was, but somewhere in London.
Yeah,
I can't remember.
that would have been 3 years later. But our joint, her 18th and my 21st was.
Oh, I see.
At Richmond at the Richmond at the Arosa Rooms above Richmond.
So that was the last joint one.
Yeah, and Pie was there. Who else? Yes, yeah. Are you going to tell the cake story? Yeah, go on then.
Hi there.
Hi. City.
Sorry, dog.
She's found some people.
She's found some people. She.
City. She's very friendly, but. Hi. City, come on, City. She just wears that muzzle because she eats everything, not because she's a bitey thing or anything. Yeah. So, fire away, Ma.
They
Bubbles come off the bathroom from upstairs.
Yeah.
How? Where do they
the drains
appear?
in the courtyard.
Oh, I see.
And I keep an eye on it because it can bung up the drains. So that usually I just get bubbles, but this time I got some kind of chalky stuff.
Oh dear.
And it was making the water go down to the cellar, because it goes down to the cellar from there, down the well.
Doesn't it go down a drain?
Not if it's bunged up with salt or whatever it was, chalk. It looked like little bits of chalk.
Bath salts?
God knows. They refuse to acknowledge it. They're the only ones in the house. Mari's not there.
You could have taken some DNA swabs from the water.
They didn't acknowledge that it was them. And I thought, well, it's not anybody else.
What was the upshot?
I cleaned it. They did not.
I would have called the police.
Right. Went back to
Yeah.
whatever we were talking about. What was all that?
Sibling rivalry.
Oh, no. The cake.
Catholicism.
The cake.
Oh,
No,
the
the
cake.
cake. The cake.
Oh.
We had our Mum had.
For your 18th and 21st cake.
Yes. So
And I had organised
epic.
everything.
Yes.
Everything
She
was
had.
right.
It was beautiful.
You know, it was a lovely room. All organised. Everybody came.
They
Big
really
cake,
did.
big flat cake for everybody, so that they could all have a bit. And then everyone kept saying, "This cake tastes really weird." And I said, "What are you talking about? It can't go wrong." After all of my organisation, but what happened was, after you put it in your mouth and you started eating it, it tasted of petrol.
Yeah, it did taste the petrol. That's exactly what it
And the
tasted.
butchers had stuck it onto a board,
Not butchers.
not butchers, bakers, onto a board with
Airfix glue.
Airfix glue.
No.
Yes,
So
because it
every
was a
mouthful we
Saturday.
took-
It was a Saturday. So when Mum went to collect the cake, there was
They
a Saturday
glued it
girl
to the
in
board.
there. Yes, and or Saturday boy. Oh no, it would have been a girl in the bakers, wouldn't it? Saturday girl in there. And so instead of using icing sugar and whatever you use to stick the cake to the board, she'd stick
You
it.
don't normally stick it to the board. You just put it on the board, don't
I
you?
know, you don't
Gravity
really-
holds it on the board.
You don't need exactly.
And friction.
That's what. But you know, they were being extra efficient, but except that they weren't. The boss wasn't watching.
What?
So the whole cake, oblong cake, tasted of
Chocolate,
petrol.
brown, yeah.
Chocolate one.
It was epic, because everybody
Do you
was
know-
a bit out of it. On
Do you have
various-
pictures from that? Because I don't remember being at that party, but I mean, I don't know if I was. Maybe I was. Maybe I wasn't.
God knows. I don't know.
So if
You'd
if
been
Svaz was 18, I'd have been 17.
Yeah.
I was living in Norfolk.
You may have been
I was living in Norfolk.
right.
and you weren't, you know,
Invited?
Everybody
Wasn't
didn't have
invited?
their own car. It was locally people mostly. Wasn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah, yeah.
Richmond local people.
I was there, bag.
Okay.
Teachers and bags and everybody
Yeah,
that could get there easily because
valleys,
not
yeah.
everybody had cars and
You didn't. Yeah,
I
mean,
didn't have a
wouldn't-
car.
I would imagine that you would have not only been too
Sweetie.
young to sort of independently go, but maybe have been in Norfolk or wherever.
I hitched a ride to London when I was 16. I
Yes,
got
I
as
kn-
far as Ely when this guy very kindly put me up at 11 o'clock at night and then gave me the money for the train fare the next day.
Kind.
I know people tended to do
Yeah, it
that.
was different. Yeah,
Gavin did it as well, I think.
yeah.
I've
we
been
all
to
did
here,
stuff
I've been
like
to
that.
there, and there.
I think the lesson I learned was if you're going to hitch a ride, start early in the morning and not at 6 o'clock in the evening. So,
Yeah. So that's what happened.
She
But it
found
was
the
caused
cheese
much amusement and so on in the because people had been taking various substances, of course, and smoking and blah blah all the rest of it. They were, was it me? Am I taking too much of this? Or could anybody else taste this? So yeah, it's quite funny in the end. Yeah. And you got your one. You did. I thought you did.
It's not them, they don't, it's not their fault. It's come out of their bathroom, but it's not their fault.
it's the
I
bubbles.
am 86 and I've got to clear it up. It's not mine, but they wouldn't own up to it being theirs.
Right, so they just left you to. They just.
Yeah.
What did you say to them? These are your
I said I
bubbles.
want you to come through and see the chalky stuff that is out in the drain.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to clean it out. I have to sweep out the courtyard every week. They just wouldn't own it.
But it might have had the desired effect in whatever they were using in the bath or putting in the bath.
Well, I don't know.
Will not happen again because you've made a fuss about it and you pointed it out to them. So
Maybe it's
I
like-
think that would work.
I don't know. See, Jim came today to cut drops, but he said there's a family that insist on looking up the things because they insist on using wipes.
Oh yeah.
And they've told them, they've had the water people there, and everyone, neighbours have told them, but they still use wipes. Because they believe what's written on the wipes and not what is the truth.
Yeah. Flushable and biodegradable and all that. Which
Oh yes, biodegradable and they're not at all. Just, I mean, I told you I've got, did you see my bathroom floor? It's quite nice, isn't it?
Oh yes, a big improvement.
Big improvement.
Big improvement, yes.
Finished off
Yeah.
like that.
Babies.
And I went through the flat because it was empty. Well, fortunately, Redman had put everything in it. He didn't pay that guy, so put everything in a plastic sacks and took it out.
Everything being the old liner.
It's all the stuff that was in there that belonged to him, the guy that didn't pay me.
Oh, right. We're talking about the flat,
The flat,
now.
yeah.
Okay.
So we went through that way, and they were just cleaning it up for me. And we went through that way to let them, let the guys in to do the floor, the bathroom floor. And they said, well, what's happening to this flat? I said, well, they're just cleaning it up. It's empty. And they said, well, one of our guys wants the flat.
Keeping an eye on her. That's all.
Yeah, Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on her.
She's all right.
There's bits of cheese over it there. That was all I put out for the robins.
Okay, she has been known to eat poo, so that's what I was worried about. But I don't mind her eating the cheese, but she's fine with it. She's used to that muzzle, so she's fine.
I haven't seen the foxes for yonks. I don't know what's happened to them. I've had no poo in the garden either. I had special. Well, this sack under here, the lid blew away and got rolled up.
What's that? That box?
That box was a box that you know, plastic box that you put things in for the garden, things you need, your WD-40 and all that.
Oh, I see.
Keys and stuff
like
that.
storage box.
Storage box.
I see.
But I found the lid in bits, 4 or 5 bits up the road.
Oh dear. Was that the wind or the foxes?
It was the wind, not the foxes.
Well, it's a very lovely little garden, I have to say.
It is sweet now, because especially when Jim's been and tidying it. Well, he does this in 5 minutes, of course. I've got one of those little push-along ones, but I haven't got around to it yet, so... I don't like him using his machine, but,
What sort of machine?
you know,
You mean
A motorised one.
motorised water.
I see.
Lawnmower.
Oh gosh, I don't even know if they even exist. Ones you can just push with your
Yes,
under your
I've got a little one I got in
okay.
B&Q.
You know you can buy a motorised skateboard now that also cuts the grass.
No,
Yeah,
that's not true.
it's amazing.
Oh, that's excellent. I'll have to get a little.
You have to share.
Does it work on a slope?
I don't know the answer to that.
It must do.
Well,
They use it on the meerkats. I never know what these things are to do with meerkats.
that's all right. It's all right. It's okay. She didn't jump.
She like she won't. Well, no, cats jump off the wall, but she won't. I don't think.
No. So,
There's feet marks on the wall there. And I tried for 8 years to get the bin. There's no room for the bin there, so I tried for 8 years to get the bin collected from around there. No, they won't have it. It's in my. It's It's I'm half the house is in that side. But 8 years of trying to get it around that side.
it's quite long.
Quite a long time. But I got my I got the councillor, a local councillor, to do it for me. Can you go through and try to get? I've tried to 8 years to get my bin picked up that side, but they won't do it. So I have to say my bin's not been collected because we can't put the bins that side because there's no room. So I got the councillor onto it, and she came back with answers. They all lied through their teeth.
Is it only your bin that can go around that, or is it the bins for the whole place?
Well, I don't know that.
Oh.
We had to pay a postal thing. Automatic. What's the automatic one on the phone? Automatic
Automatic.
payment thing. What is that? Goes
Direct
through
debit?
every year. Goes through every year.
Oh. Well, I think it's an automatic payment that goes through every year then.
Yeah.
Probably.
I mean, how you find out and how I stop it, I don't know. I haven't stopped it because I don't know if it's gone through or not.
Oh. You'd have to phone a council. That will take you.
Oh, phone
3
the
years
council,
or so.
yeah. And all of them lie through their bloody teeth.
Yeah.
I have a friend who's becoming a counsellor so that she can start working from within the council to crush so not just her, there's a group of them are going in to try and sort of stop the corruption.
Get elected so that they can.
Yeah.
They dream of it.
I think they'll come across awful
Well,
bureaucracy.
In a way, yes, in a way. I mean, this lady who went councillor, she's not corrupt, I don't think. She's a very understanding, hard-working person. And so is her counterpart, who's Trevor, who's a friend of mine actually. We chat to him when we walk along the front with Lottie or something. So Trevor is also, his girlfriend is from Latvia. Yes. I don't know.
Lithuania, Ukraine.
No, Latvia. Do you know, I've been to Poland.
When did you go to Poland?
I've been to when I went on a coach trip with Peter.
You went on a coach all the way to Poland? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, it was a...
That doesn't sound like fun.
No, she went, meeting. Oh, she won't react to me. She was going to follow Matthew.
She's fine. City! Come here. Come here. Say hello to the camera and stuff.
I just want him to put the camera down.
You do? Okay.
I've told him.
Shall we ask him?
I've told him.
Oh, have you already told
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
But
Tell
he
me-
won't put it down.
He's not putting it down.
I know. I wanted to put it down, but you won't.
What do we do?
It's like people in there.
What should we do?
I don't know. I'm going to...
What are you doing? Is it something drastic?
I just want to ask you if you're better than me.
What, getting Johnny to put the camera down?
No.
Oh.
Finding where these pictures are.
Oh,
That's what I was going to do, wasn't it?
I see. Right.
Mm.
So we're
Why can't I find them? You know, I've had them all.
Yeah, but
When were they taken, roughly?
Huh?
When were they taken, roughly?
A few days ago.
Oh, I can find them easy. If they're in there.
Yes.
Hey. Right. If he starts looking at your phone, right, he's not putting the camera down.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true.
Good boy, yeah?
I don't know how to find it, that's the trouble. But the thing is, you can't see it out here, Joe.
Oh.
Oh.
You can't see it out
I'm
here.
just going to...
Oh, I can see it.
The hospital sent for her because they needed, and I thought, what does she need? Is that urgent? Got to go to hospital. She kept having to rush to hospital because she needed oxygen. The baby wasn't getting enough oxygen.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So that's the only thing you would have to go for, really.
Right.
The other things was depression. She's very sensitive, apparently. She's always getting depressed and needing medicine and I don't know. It's a daft idea. It's not easy, boss. I don't think the others were.
No. So that probably says she shouldn't have done. She's going to be depressed the whole time. Anyway.
Well, exactly.
Yeah. So is she going to be depressed? She's probably going to be depressed looking after the baby, isn't she?
The funny thing is, it's like, do you remember Chrissy, and people used to
Chrissy?
fall. Yeah, you remember?
And Charlie? No.
They used to fall asleep on the settee
Who?
upstairs in the loft. People, friends of yours, people that came, they always used to fall asleep on the settee up in the loft.
What loft?
My loft when I had it in Spencer Road.
Oh, yes. Okay, got you. Right.
in Spencer Road.
Like you.
We always used to fall asleep, yeah, but friends used to come and fall asleep as well. They always fell asleep. Well, Sarah does that. Here, she sits on that settee and falls asleep.
Well, I expect she feels comfortable.
Yeah, they feel
And
comfortable
safe.
for some reason or other way. Yeah, feel safe.
Yeah.
Feel
That's
safe,
quite
yeah.
nice.
And then, yeah. Well, the other kids, I mean, the girl that was fiddling with my letters outside on the hall. Oh, this one's addressed to you, Anne.
Oh, what's this?
And Sarah actually got in a state because she said, I've hit my daughter. I thought, I would have killed her by now.
But Sarah's daughter's only just been born. How could she have hit her?
No, it's the big daughter. She's at secondary school.
Oh, right.
Getting fined.
Oh, okay. This is all the same people.
Yeah.
Oh,
She's
right,
got two
okay.
older ones. He's got two stepchildren that are older in secondary
see.
school.
I see.
Curtis has
Oh,
got
no wonder
ADHD.
she's fucking depressed.
I know. Exactly. Curtis has got ADHD.
Right.
She's got, I don't know what she's got. She's going to end up in some trouble or other. I don't know what.
Yeah.
But some trouble.
Mm.
I say I would have killed her. She was making, they drove me back from Glyne Gap where he has it, Madison has his swimming lesson. So he drove me back from Glyne Gap because I've usually got shopping.
Mhm.
So I buy cookies for him. And my shopping, which gets carried back here, so that's fine. Carried me back, and she's pretending to have hiccups, you know.
This is the older daughter that
The
truants. Right, okay. She's pretending to have hiccups.
She's pretending to have hiccups, and eventually, nobody said anything. And eventually, I said, "You didn't do that loud enough. Could you do it a bit louder?" So she shut up. Not another sound for the rest of the journey.
Good one.
Do it a bit louder, I said. Well, it's just, yes. Back, what's it called? Negative
Reverse psychology.
psychology.
I think it is.
Get used to
Reverse
kids.
psychology.
Get
Yep.
used to dealing with kids, shutting them up. So you get-
Well, I had a bit of experience with that, haven't you?
you have had a bit of experience in that.
You have, with recalcitrant children.
Yeah.
Calcitrant.
Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant.
Yes.
That's an interesting word. I've never heard that before.
Really?
No.
It means
Reading.
difficult.
Well, I guess what it meant. I've just not heard the word before.
Yeah. I don't know.
Most people don't read. I'm in the doctor.
We have a lot of words that I think that's why the English names are used in poetry and so forth, because there's nuances to every word that means the same thing basically, but has different nuances.
I told you the man in the doctors came right behind me. I mean, it says a notice there, wait here until the receptionist is empty. But I walked forward and I was at the receptionist, and he came right up and leaning right on the desk beside me. And I said,
Did you say fuck off?
No, I just went like that. Why? I said, because I'm entitled to my privacy, if you don't mind,
And space.
and space.
COVID and
Oh,
social
well,
distancing.
you know.
and all that.
She just said, they just decide, I mean, to ask why. If he could read, if he'd been able to read, bless him, in brackets.
Fuck him, you mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If he'd been
Fucking
able to read,
dickhead, you
he
mean?
would have waited at the counter. I mean,
Well, no, people don't always obey signs, even if they can read them,
Oh, no, they don't ever.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah.
No, they never do.
Yeah.
Never read them.
Well, no.
All the people going
They don't
up,
obey them.
they don't obey them.
No.
No, people going up for their jab, they're just like numpties. That's the entrance, so we go in here. Never mind, there's
That
a great
doesn't
big
seem too
sign that
unreasonable.
says COVID people round the corner.
Oh, I see. Right, okay.
But they don't read that, they only go in there because that's the entrance.
The usual entrance.
Numpties. So they're following a pattern through that has been carefully worked out the other way so that people won't come across them when they're passing and they haven't been jabbed yet.
Oh, I see.
It's the entrance. So all the numpties go that way. Never mind what had been worked out
I
from
see.
everybody else.
We're on.
I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe the people upstairs
Didn't accept that they
didn't
made the
believe in.
bubbles.
Well, Mari's not here. She's in London at the moment. She doesn't believe. Her and John don't believe in. They didn't believe in going to get a jab.
They don't believe in the vaccinations.
No.
That's
But
fairly widespread.
It seems to be, yeah.
So
But he did fix
forbidden talk coming up.
the shed. To the floor.
Oh, okay. So,
Mayor
is he
said
forgiven
he's-
for
well,
not
he's-
having
he's good-
vaccines?
He's
then?
good for something. Mayor said.
Yeah.
Bless her. Yes. Well, no, every single time there's been a bit of a breeze.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it just flies off.
Just falls
Yeah,
down.
absolutely,
Falls
absolutely.
down.
So that's a big plus.
It's a big plus
Yeah,
that
yeah.
he's fixed it
Yeah,
down to
yeah,
the...
yeah. Let's forgive him for not having a vaccine then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, everybody needs a John.
Oh, John.
He's a John, yeah. He fixes things.
Let's see. I'm failing to get the connection here, but yeah.
No, it's we tease him because he doesn't live here. I mean, he's the boyfriend of.
Oh, I see. So he doesn't even live here.
He doesn't even
And
live
you
there.
fixed your shed to the floor.
He fixes everything.
Oh, I see.
And
He sounds quite good to me.
He fixed all the front door.
I'm quite fond of him already.
I am.
Yeah.
He fixed the front door because he had to put all the screws in again because people left the broom. They wouldn't believe me that you leave the broom upside down.
Right.
So the stick was up that way, and it fell into between the door and the hinges side.
Right.
And broke all the hinges. So he had to fix the hinges, new hinges on our door. Because people wouldn't believe me that you
Got to put the broom
other
upside
way.
down. Yeah. Right. I don't really understand, but yeah, I believe you.
You just, well, put it.
No, I don't understand about the brooms, but go on.
Well, think about it, because the next time when you come across a broom, if it's up the wrong way, it's right.
You mean with the brush?
If you had ever.
Is this a Monty Python sketch?
I was beginning to think. See, I think she's taking the piss.
No.
Eh? She's taking the piss
I'm
about the
not.
broom. Are you?
It's true.
Are you?
No.
Oh no, it's true.
It's true.
About the brooms.
It's true.
Okay,
because
so
if
which
you-
way up do they supposed to be with the broom brush bit up?
Up.
I see.
Because if
Okay,
you
it's
ever
not
step-
very traditional.
Well, if you ever step on a broom,
Yes.
it's up the wrong way on your face.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So
This
it
is what-
stops that. If you put
Okay.
it upside down,
And is this what broke the hinges?
it was putting it up the right way, yeah.
I see.
God, life does come with its challenges.
Life comes with its challenges, believe me, when you live in an old house that's built in 1870.
That's the fucking wall.
Each door that you go through, there's 3 doors to come out, right? And each one has a way of being pressed down or up or across in order to get out of it. Because they don't just open and shut. They have to be helped in some way, right? You get used to it after a while. Okay? People believe you.
What about the brooms? Well, I wouldn't.
Jim,
I wouldn't believe that at all.
it's true. I know.
You're even laughing. You don't even believe it yourself.
It's true. Jim says, well, if they ever stepped on a broom, they'd know, wouldn't they? Mind you, he did it. He's very good about giving little bits of common sense around Jimmy, and he said to
So
one,
who's Jim?
he's the gardener.
Oh,
He
okay.
cuts the
Right,
garden.
yeah.
And
Not John anymore.
keeps it. This is Jim. He just does a bit on Saturday morning if it's not raining. It doesn't come in the rain. But there's two animals over there.
I'm sure there's just one dog. Surely. What are other animals?
I've seen two cats over there.
Okay, well I don't.
But
She's a bit scared of cats. I don't think she'll soon go.
Yeah.
I don't blame them.
They just
Cats.
normally face up.
yeah.
I think
dogs.
some of them. See the little bits at the top there sticking out with red. Well, they are actually honeysuckle.
Oh, lovely. Love honeysuckle.
Yes, and it's appeared from somewhere else. Where she's. Hang on a minute.
Why does that broom live there?
Broom to do here. Well, they're supposed to clean up, and the seagulls had emptied 3 pots full of compost, emptied them on the path. It goes downwards. No, go down.
Okay, I can't. Okay.
Well, that's the my
I've only got
problem.
one hand, so I'll be able to do it with 2.
It just goes to push downwards. That's it. So each door has its own little quirk.
Are there any more brooms?
No.
Yeah, watch out.
Didn't you see the cellar, Johnny?
No, I don't think I have.
Damn it, it's down there. It's got paintings in front of it.
Oh, gosh.
If we go for
We haven't done very well with getting him to put the camera down, have we? It's rubbish, isn't it?
Camera? What camera?
Behind this. Excuse me.
That really reminds me. I was talking. We were having conversations years ago, years and years. And I said, you know, because I was complaining about our parents or something like that. You know, I was just generally whinging. When we were younger, you tend to blame your parents for everything.
Of course.
And I said, yes, after, you know, when your parents got divorced. And you went, what divorce? What divorce? It was so funny. It cracked me up, that did.
You're very quick.
Sweetie's very quick. She's a little young thing. Oh, good.
Here's the cellar.
Oh. Looks like I'm getting a tour of the cellar, which is a new thing for Johnny.
Yep.
So we'll film that.
Yep.
And there's a light down there.
Yep.
Oh.
I had a thing about cake sales and everybody wanting a cake sale. So this was everybody worshipping cake. And the man taking a photograph all the time of all of them worshipping the cake.
Good one, Mark. Yeah, nice. What is it, charcoal, something? Charcoal, yeah.
It's a double one.
Cake worshipping. Yep.
It's because people go to... You know, it's had a thing about the cake because everyone that mentions anything says, put it there, Laura, because they can't get it. And there's another one I did, which I wanted to hang up again. I'm waiting for Maury to come back.
I don't like that one as much, actually.
Right.
I feel like flowers should be in a colour. I like that one though.
I've done about 4 of them like that, different ways, because everyone says, oh, let's have a cake sale, let's have a cake sale. All the things are, cake is in a holy place where the altar cloth is, the window, the glass window, everything is cakes. Everything is a cake. And people are down there worshipping and worshipping.
The church of
cake.
Church of cake.
Yes.
Well, cake is their god.
Cake is the god.
Yes.
Yeah. Right, but she can't get in there.
I need
Oh gosh.
City!
So, is this is your cellar, is it, Anne, rather than anyone
Yes,
else's?
yeah.
I wondered what we'd done with the stuff I preserved. This is another one that nobody can open unless you press down on it.
Ah, that's good to know. Oh yes. Gosh.
There's 2 rooms.
Okay.
Well, I don't know what I've done with the stuff that can preserve the shed
Are
with.
you going to go down, Mum? No?
No.
Why would you?
No, there's no point.
Where's Johnny? There he is. She might be nervous of going down those stairs too, actually.
You're right going up. Come on, sweetie.
Come on, baby. Down. City. Down. Down.
Go down.
No, she knows perfectly. She doesn't want it. She doesn't like it. City. Down. No, she won't.
Went on the edge. You won't come any further.
No.
Go up them steps, do you, darling?
So yeah, it's a good cellar, but it's just not, you know.
We never finished it.
Yeah. But I mean, what could you do with it, Ma? It's still full of all stuff, isn't it?
You make it into a bedroom. Look, there's a window there.
Well, it can't be
Could be a games room. A games room.
A games room, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
done. We were turning it into rooms.
It's not that damp either, really.
Yeah, you just need a heater down there. It'll be alright.
Yeah, but it's not. And you've got air circulation here as well. If you could turn it into air circulation, couldn't you? This is all this bloody stuff,
So
Mum.
this is the cellar.
Gavin's.
All of it.
Yeah.
For fuck's sake.
And the bed I was keeping for you, he
Took.
sold for a packet of
I know. Outrageous.
So those Gavin's wheels, they look quite nice. Put them on my big W, my Polo.
Yeah, I think they're my wheels actually.
Mo's wheels. Okay, so there is some stuff.
Probably.
I like these chairs. But yeah, had enough of this.
Well, thank you for showing me.
What I thought I would do, the next thing, was to get the chimneys poked and get my fireplace, which is down there. Oh, and that had that open.
What do you mean the fireplace is down there?
The fireplace, the original fireplace with the little,
Why isn't it, why that's the original fireplace? Why would there a fireplace in the cellar?
no, the fireplace is already there. It was hanging about, and I took it out and put that in.
A fireplace was hanging about.
Something like that, anyway. Sorry, can you shut that one?
Yes, I'll do that. Yeah.
That one.